What's up? What's up, y'all? It's JP to the one and only, y'all. I'm live. I'm live about a quarter of an hour later than what I said I was. But I am in the middle of a semester, y'all. I'm working hard, like so hard. Y'all don't even understand how hard it is just to get these live in. And I love doing these lives. Like this is not work for me. I'm doing work outside of this. If I can do this all day, I will be one of the happiest people in the world. No joke. If I can go live all day and interview entrepreneurs, listen, I like talking my shit either way it go. So if I can get on here and just talk my shit, I would be happy. But to be able to come on here and interview entrepreneurs at different levels of entrepreneurship, it is great because I know that this content can help somebody. And sometimes y'all get on these lives and y'all see that these lives are only getting 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15 different viewers at a time. Do not misconstrue it. When I repurpose the content, we doing numbers. What happens is Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and things like that, they like things that are native to their platform. So when I get on this type of equipment and different things like this, it kind of like lower the viewer, and it's okay. It's okay. It's like cool. I'm here to do this and repurpose this content. I'm here to make content. So I like to get on here and I like to talk to entrepreneurs about what they're doing in their journey. So what happens is sometimes we feel like we're alone if we're not in the right communities, we're not talking to the right people. And a lot of times our family members are not entrepreneurs. So they cannot give us the type of insight that other entrepreneurs can give us. And that is a big thing in entrepreneurship. If you talk to people every day, most people are going to tell you, oh my God, you're doing good. You have a great job. Continue being great at your job. You can get a promotion. Hey, maybe one day you can become the regional manager. And maybe one day, listen, y'all, when you start talking about owning a business, the conversation changes. And they say, oh, I hope that work out for you. Let me know how it goes. So when you start watching things like this and you start talking to entrepreneurs that are close to you and you get in touch with these people if you are in the same type of industry and you have questions. So my first cousin, this is my actual cousin, his father and my mother are brother and sister. And my first cousin is an entrepreneur and he is relatively successful at what he does. And he's done it in an unconventional way. So I felt like it was, I wouldn't say needed, but I felt like it would be very helpful if he came on and he said, cuz when you gonna get me on that thing? And I said, I can get you on there tonight. He was like, "Oh man, I can get you on there tomorrow." So I'm waiting for him to click on. But what he does is, y'all, he is a chef, and he listen, y'all, he took it to the next level. And over the years, he's taken it a notch up, a notch up. And sometimes he's had different opportunities that didn't fall through. I know because we talk. And some of these opportunities are like big opportunities. And when they do not fall through, he is never down. And I want to say that I've never talked to him and he like, dang, cuz this didn't work out. And he like, man, I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's never that type of thing. Anytime things doesn't work out, he's always saying, okay, this didn't work out, but I got this iron in the fire, or I got this coming up, or I'm doing this, so this is still working out. And that is big for an entrepreneur. Sometimes we get caught up in our entrepreneurship and we feel like everything has to work or we're failures. Failing at something does not make you a failure. As an entrepreneur, you're going to consistently do something new. If you're not doing something new, if you're not trying something new, then you are not a true entrepreneur. You may be a business owner. Hey, you may be a creative, whatever. But as an entrepreneur, we are consistently trying something new. I remember when I thought about doing something like this, and I literally talked myself out of this. Like, I was like, look, man, I'm already doing X, Y, and Z. I do not feel like learning this equipment. I do not feel like dealing with software. And I'm already doing so much in school and the kids. And listen, I was called out one day to one of my friends. He had a podcast studio in his home, and he was like, "Bro, come and do this podcast." And I didn't realize the type of equipment that he had because I hadn't paid that much attention. So when I got out there, I was like, "Dang, he got X, Y, and Z set up." And he was like, yeah, bro, this is just this and this is just that. And I have a history of being in the studio. So I understood the concept of some of the things that were going on. So once I got home and I was explaining, like, yeah, man, I went out there with hams and I did this and that. And my lady was like, well, what are you waiting on? I'm like, look, man, because it's too much. She was like, no, you can do that. I was like, but she was like, but you can do that. Like, it's okay. You can do that too. It's okay. You want to do it, you can do that. And I was like, but that'd be kind of fun for me because I actually like talking. I actually like doing this type of thing, and that'd be fun for me. Some of the other things are a little unnatural for me, but I'm used to being on a stage. I'm used to talking in front of people, and this is not a problem. So I was like, man, let me do some research. I looked up. First, I asked my friend what he was using, and he told me, and I was like, okay, that's cool. I don't really plan on doing a bunch of interviews like that, but I actually found a different software. I'm like, this ain't quite what he using. And then I started using what he was using because it was better to repurpose content and do what I wanted to do. So long story short, I was talked into doing this and I love this. This is my favorite part of my business is actually doing this. So when you see me go weeks without doing this, just know I am busy as hell. It's a lot going on. It's a lot of progress being made behind the scenes because I love doing this. This is not any type of labor for me. I actually like coming out here and I would love to do this in a group and I would love to do this with a bigger crowd and all of that. So this is not work, but for an entrepreneur to take a L and you take these L's, bam. And sometimes these L's come back to back, y'all. I'm telling y'all from personal experience, I have taken L's after L's after L's, especially in trying to expand my business. I took a major L early on in doing business. So when you see the L I just took in taxes, that did not move me as bad because I've had L's before. Like I've actually came out of money and took a L and building up. Before that, I took a L in music. I remember paying for it was like a tour, like a Michigan tour. And me and the guys since like gotten cooler and we had a conversation, but it was a Michigan tour and we paid for it. Bam. So I was working with somebody and we paid for the tour. So the first stop on the tour is supposed to be maybe 6 stops. The very first stop on the tour, it was Grand Rapids, and I have a big family in Grand Rapids. My mama live in Grand Rapids. My sister live in Grand Rapids. My aunties and cousins. I got like a really big family in Grand Rapids. And I get to Grand Rapids, and we was there all day, and we in the club. And I'm like, dang dog, when I go on, and promoter was like, dude, who are you? I'm like, dog, I'm JP1. And by this time, I hadn't had videos out or nothing like really going for me. And I'm just like, dog, I'm like, dog, I'm supposed to be here on the X, Y, and Z. Like, yeah, I know, dude, but we didn't have any type of information about somebody coming in here. So another guy was walking in, and I had did time with this other guy. This is crazy. And this guy is from Flint, I believe, or maybe Lansing. And he was walking in. He said, what's up, Jackpot, man? Everything good? I said, yeah. So I'm talking to dude. And dude, the promoter was really like kind of like thrown off by me because he didn't know I was supposed to perform. So he like, man, I don't know. But the guy that was walking in knew the promoter. And he was like, yeah, this my guy. If he's saying, dude telling him to perform, dog solid. And he cold on the mic. So the promoter was like, all right, dog, whatever. You know what I'm saying? He let me go on. When I say I killed it, that particular promoter brung me back to Grand Rapids 2 or 3 different times. And one of my other guys walked in while I was performing, and me and him did shows in Grand Rapids. So I walked into that show and it was all bad. The rest of the tour was trash. Nothing else happened. And dog ended up trying to make up for it like years later, but it was an L. I took another L when I started doing consulting. I got a white label site and they didn't do anything they were supposed to do. I took an L. It was like a couple $1,000s or something. Listen, L's coming. You know what I did? Figured it out. So my cousin is here, Mr. Chef Life himself. Look what he said, the best baker around. Listen, y'all, it tastes so good. I wouldn't even sell it just because he's my cousin, y'all. It's crazy. When he pull up to any event, it's whatever going on, stop. The music stop because the DJ wants something. Everything stopped. And I'm telling y'all, it's that good, y'all. And I'm a connoisseur. I'm a sweet connoisseur. I tell him this all the time. Like, listen, bro, I love sweets. That's the reason I got these extra 15 pounds on, and I'm in this gym 5 days out the week. Just letting y'all know it's all about the sweets. So I've introduced him. This is Mr. Chef Life himself. And I'm gonna let him tell y'all a little bit about himself before we get into his entrepreneurial journey.
Appreciate you, cuzzo. Like my cousin said, I am Mr. Chef Life. Real name Shavarr Goodloe, but Mr. Chef Life, the best baker in Michigan, in the world, in the state. You know what I mean? I actually been cooking for roughly about like 16, 17 years or so. But I actually have been doing my own business for roughly about, I want to say about 4 years now. I honestly didn't ever think that I was going to branch off into the entrepreneurial field. I always thought that I was going to be a chef working in somebody's kitchen, um, which I still am a chef working in somebody's kitchen. But um, during kind of the pandemic, it was kind of slow. Obviously, my business with being a chef had just slowed down. So I literally found a Facebook post of a friend of mine. His name is Brian Jenkins, and he was like, "Who can make this cheesecake?" And I jumped on the post and was like, "I can make this cheesecake, and I can make it better than what the picture says."
Mm.
When I did that, I really didn't know what I was getting myself into. I really 100% didn't know how this was going to go, but I honestly wanted to do it. So I jumped off the porch. I made the one turned into five, and it just continued to go. It continued to go. And 4 years later, I'm sitting here with my own business. It's been so prosperous. It's been fun. The ride has been crazy, and it's just been dope. You know what I mean? It's dope to say that I built something from the bottom, and like it's continuing to rise and continuing to grow. Every year is continuing to get better with the work that I put in. So it's been one of the dopest rides that I can say I've ever been on. 100%.
That's what's up. So when what was it scary just starting? Like you say, you stepping out on the limb because you got the security of being in somebody's kitchen. And that's how a lot of us are when we got a job, especially if it's a good job that we like and the payment is decent, and we get content. And content is a scary place to be, especially when you're a creative. And being a chef is a creative. It's like kind of like what I do with my music and what people do with art, because you may even start off with some type of recipe. So you may start off with a basic recipe, especially in the beginning. But by the time you're done, you've added your own flavor to it. You've done your own thing to it.
Mhm.
And being a creative, having somebody basically commission your art, right? That's what happens when you're in the kitchen. Somebody's commissioning your art. When you decide to step away from that, what kind of challenge did you meet at first?
Well, one of the first challenges I've met with my particular business was ultimately the creation part at the beginning. Like you kind of have a template in a sense of different things that have been baked and different things that have been done. But to find like your pocket in a sense is very difficult. And that is what kind of took me a second, because of course everybody can say, oh, I could bake this, oh, I could bake that, you know what I mean? But I wanted to take it a step further and ultimately say, like, I can do this particular thing, and this is what you'll know me for. And I think with any business, no matter what business you're in, that is the difficult, scary, but also fun part, because you're finding your niche and what people will know you for 100%. So the biggest thing was coming up with the creations. Like I had a base cheesecake recipe, of course, that I started off with, but I mean, I still use the base cheesecake recipe, but the amount of creations that come from that, it's still continuing to baffle me to this day. And especially with like the amount of creations that I have done and can do, and like more so catering to the person that's, as you said, commissioning my art. I like to do a collaborative effort where I might have a square right here, which has, okay, I can do this, this, and this, but I would like to know how you feeling and what your creative mind is and what your taste is feeling like. So that's why I less necessarily like coming up with the creations at first was tough. But once the first one came, then it was like, okay, I can piggyback off that and I can get into this. I can get into this. Okay, I can slide into this area. So that was basically the one of the toughest parts.
Most definitely. And sometimes people don't take you serious like your family, right? Like even yeah, so so even that is just like, hey, go bake a cheesecake. Like you like, hold on, man, that ain't how they work. This my hustle.
100%.
This
Well,
my
just
hustle,
like,
right?
well, people will be like, just what type of cheesecakes do you offer? And I'm like, what type of cheesecake? Always got to piggyback it off a question. What type of cheesecakes do you like? Because I mean, I pretty much offer whatever your mind can come up with.
Yeah.
And that's
No,
the
definitely.
biggest part. Like, I've had some people that'll be like, "Oh, well, I wanted to do this," and think it's completely out of bounds. Like one of the craziest cheesecakes I ever did. It was a maple bacon bourbon cheesecake with smoked cherries on top and drizzled with what was it? Maple syrup, and then it had candied pecans on the top, bro.
You like, look, I'm gonna put this together.
Exactly. And it was like, it wasn't like a thing that it wasn't the thing that he just came up with. He was like, okay, I want this, 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 and this, and this. So I'm like, okay, I could combine all that together and make it in a tasty way. And he's actually the guy that I'm talking about. He's actually still a customer to this day and comes to me regularly at the place that I work and is like,
Yeah.
that cheesecake was so fire. I got to come and get some more. And because of the place that I work, which is I work at Dad's Farm over in St. Joseph, Michigan, some of the best sandwiches in Michigan. I don't care
Yeah.
where you go. Some of the best scratch made sandwiches in Michigan. But he comes to me and he's like, you work here now? And I'm like, yeah, I work here. And he sees my creations down there and he's like, oh, I'm definitely coming to get some. And like, that's the reason why I do it. Not necessarily because I can make good cheesecakes or whatever, but it's the customer interaction that I have on a regular basis. Like somebody coming up to me and saying, hey, you made that cheesecake for me 2, 3 years ago for my birthday and it was fire. I'm like, well,
Yeah.
thank you. I appreciate it. And I'm humbled by it too, because they still remember something from years ago that I created. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of puts a staple on that.
Yeah. So I was saying it before you came on. I was
Hmm.
talking about your attitude towards entrepreneurship, right? Because it take a certain type of attitude. So first of all, I want to explain that you don't never ask for handouts. Like people may think that like you my cousin, you call me, you never like a cuz such and such, such and such, such. You usually like a cuz. How much you gonna charge me to do and I'll be like, cuz, bro, you don't got to pay me for every time you call me. But I'm just saying that you lead with that and that's important because you're never trying to like you never trying to beg your way through stuff. Even when you wanted me to look at that contract or whatever that thing was, you sent the contract to me, was like, cuz I'm gonna send you some bread. I'm like, bro, it's just let me look at the contract.
Well, because I'm honestly, I respect the business side of it. You know what I'm saying? You my
Yeah,
cousin,
yeah,
you blood, and we love each other. But
yeah,
I don't want you to feel like, oh, this my cousin, so I just do it for him off the strength. No, I want to pay you for your time, your
yeah,
resources, because you taking time out of your entrepreneurial day to, you know what I'm saying? Like, come to me.
yeah,
And to be honest, your business deserves exactly what it is, pay. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
your
yeah,
business, for one, your business mind is crazy because, like,
yeah,
I love the fact that I could come to you and be like, hey, cuz, I need some help with this business thing. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I trust you 100%, but also the proof is in the pudding based off of what I see on a regular
yeah,
basis, what you post, the reviews that people do. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
it
But
warrants you getting paid. You know what I'm saying?
nah, hey, but what's crazy, right? You remember it wasn't the first time, I think. It was one time, whatever it was, right? I
Mhm.
came right, where you was like, yeah, man, I'm just thinking, what's the next level? I came off the bat. I think I was shopping or something. I'm like, yeah, because I'm out shopping, whatever. Woo, woo. So you like, yeah, man. I said, well, you got to do X, Y, and Z, blah, 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 blah. I think it probably was like a month or two later. You like, yeah, I talked to such and such. You know, I don't want to put all the business out here, but it was literally like, yeah, cuz I talked to such. See, that's important too, because that to me, when people ask you for advice and they don't go and do what you advise them to do, it's like that's the waste of time. When you
Oh yeah.
call me, you know what I mean? If you call me and you like, man, my girl cheating on me, and I say, man, you gotta leave her, man, for something crazy happen. And you stay there, I'll be like, man, don't call me no more time.
A
I ain't talking
hundred
about
percent.
you. I'm just saying in general, when people don't get it, like when you can get advice, you know what I'm saying? But if the advice is, bro, run for the hills, and you stay there and something crazy happen,
That's
listen,
your fault because you didn't
that's your
listen to.
fault.
You can't ask for something, ask for advice on something, then don't heed the advice because you don't like what is being said. Like
Exactly.
that makes no sense at all. Because why would you ask for the advice if you ain't gonna like what I say in the first place? You might as well just continued on doing what you was doing.
That's it. So what some people in business and in life, some people are usually looking for some type of smoothing on the back. They're not really looking for advice. They looking for it's gonna be okay. Like that's it. So when yeah, that's all they want is it's gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. Like they're looking for that. They're not looking for advice. Don't call me for advice because I'm giving advice. Like if you call me and you just want to vent, that's fine. But if you call me for advice, I'm giving advice. And sometimes the advice is hard. Sometimes the advice is not something you like. Even in business, sometimes I gotta tell people, like, look, man, you on garbage. What do you mean, man? You on garbage? I think I told you that the other day, man. You wasted time. You
Exactly.
like,
No, you
nah,
told me
cuz.
that yesterday.
Yes,
You was like, I told you about something. You was like, cuz you wasted time on that. Why you playing with that? And I was like, well, no, I talked to her already, so I'm
yeah,
in the
yeah, yeah.
process. You know what I'm saying? I never
What people
look. The funny part is when I come to you for advice, I know it's gonna be advice that's real and raw, and not just because we family. It's gonna
yeah,
be the real, exactly. Okay, this is what you need to do. This is how I
yeah.
feel about this. This is the whole situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. And that's what people gotta get. Like, I talked to a guy this morning and he called me literally. I wake up so early, like the gym wasn't open yet. I was sitting outside the gym waiting for the gym to open. He called me, so I kicked it with him while I was walking in the gym, and even while I first started working out. But I kicked it with the guy, and he was like, he like, man, I knew you from, it was about 10 years ago, over 10 years ago, when I was just doing music real hard. He was like, basically, your reputation it precedes itself. Yo, sometimes you can be known for something and it's not even known to you. Like people can just talk about you and it could be good or bad. Like people can talk about you behind your back and people can say, oh man, he full of shit. Oh man, he liar, he this and that. And your reputation precedes you in that form. Sometimes your reputation precedes you in a good way. So with me and the guy who called me, I hadn't spoke to him in a long time. Even he had to like jog my memory where I met him from. But he called me in full. I need some advice. I'm willing to pay for it. I'm willing to whatever. And I talked to him for maybe 30 minutes. And he was like, bro, you've given me more advice than I paid for. He paid somebody to do something, I guess, last year or so. And he was like, dude, you gave me more advice for free in this 30-minute conversation than he paid coach. I think he said two coaches. And at the end of the day, y'all, it's all about the person too. If you're coming to somebody and asking for advice with a closed mind, do not expect results. Shavarr has like done his thing. I ain't give him like he's a great entrepreneur. So I didn't like build his company for him. It's certain people that I actually like built a website, did all of that. But I didn't have to do all of that for you. You had all your stuff going on. But even the smallest advice, y'all, and this is my first cousin, my blood cousin. And even the smallest advice, if you asking somebody, then you should take heed to it. And the reason that he's willing to take heed to it is because he's willing to pay for it. He's willing to pay for the advice because he knows he's going to implement the advice. And that's a big thing when you coaching or consulting people.
100%. And I think a lot of people don't want to, like, even when you're giving them advice, that means they have to look at themselves in the mirror and be like, okay, why didn't I pivot this way, or why didn't I do this and do this thinking? And then some people don't want to accept that. Like, sometimes you have to look at yourself and what am I doing to hinder this situation, or what knowledge do I need to obtain to continue to move forward and push myself to the next level. Like,
Definitely.
self-reflection is big, you know what I mean?
It's
Even with, oh, go ahead, cuz.
no. You here to be interviewed. Go ahead.
No, it was like with me, even over these 4 years of this journey, it's been, it's been a roller coaster ride, literally. But it also has held me accountable for certain things, because it's not like I have a team that I could tell, okay, go make this cheesecake. Okay, go to this business event. Okay, go do this. No, it's me putting in the hard work, blood, sweat, and tears, staying up till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, falling asleep while the cheesecake, whatever the case may be. It's me that takes it on and has to do all of that. So
Yeah.
when I'm getting advice from you, it's not, oh, okay, I could go tell this employee to go do this. Oh, I could go tell this person to go do this. No, I could go tell myself to go take care of this, go take care of that, X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? So self accountability means a lot.
And the thing with me is, the next time you talk to me, I'm gonna remember, hey, did you go do what happened with
Exactly. And
I'm the worst.
you kick it back to me like yesterday, soon on the phone. Hey, so what you just told me, did you go, you bullsh, cause
That's it.
you garbage it.
You on
And
some
I took that, I'm
bullshit.
like,
That's
hold
it.
up, no, I did X, Y, and Z over here. So you know what I'm saying? Bring this to you and present this to you. So
That's it. So what people don't understand is, I want to build on something that you mentioned. So I don't write things down before these interviews. These are people that I actually know. And sometimes I like, I may ask them if it's something they want to touch on, but I didn't do that with my cousin. So he just brought up a point that I want to touch on and build upon. If you are an entrepreneur, it's not mostly on you. It's all on you. The losing, the winning, the expansion, whatever is not going right in your business, it is your fault. And until you take full accountability, you will continue to struggle, straggle, and everything else in your business. People, it's nobody else's fault. You know a lot of the stuff I've been through growing up. You've never heard me on here. Well, I didn't do this because, listen, y'all, it's always time for you to take full accountability. You are adult. If you're watching this, you're probably an adult, and it's time to take full accountability for whatever your situation is, whether that's personal or business. I went back to school at 30 years old. At 30 something years old, I went back to school. I was what, 32, 33. I went back to school. And at 39, I am walking across the stage in a few weeks with my MBA, because I realized it's up to me. It's my life. It's my responsibility. It's nobody else's responsibility. Whether you fail or succeed, you have to take full accountability in your business, because like he said, he doesn't have employees to blame it on. There's no scapegoat. If it doesn't get done, it's because he didn't do it. And a lot of us are those type of entrepreneurs. They call them solopreneurs. And if you are a solopreneur, that means everything within your business is up to you. And that means that you had to get your life in order too. Because if your life is in shambles, then your business is probably in shambles.
guaranteed. And
Right?
a lot of it boils down to, you gotta want it. You like doing anything with entrepreneurship, you have to want it. You gotta want it bad. And you can halfway do entrepreneurship, but you're going to get half of the results.
That's
If you're
sometimes
not,
less.
oh, 100%. And if
Sometimes less.
you gotta come with this willing, like, you gotta already, when you jump off the porch, you gotta be ready to do road runner and have your feet already pedaling and ready to go,
That's
because
it.
no opportunity is gonna wait for you to get up from your nap, or gonna wait for you to go play whatever game you want to play, or whatever the case may be. Like,
Not at
you
all.
have to want it. And if you don't want it, don't do it.
Not at all. So you see people. So what happens in entrepreneurship is people see the wins, and people are making entrepreneurship look really good. but it's a struggle. Like even for me, I got clients, I got like decent systems set up. When I tell y'all, it's times where business is slow. I may have a $10,000 month, and then I may have a $1,500 month, right? So I
Hmm.
went through this for maybe like 3 years, cause where it'd be like up, down, is valleys, is peaks, is mountains, is all kind of stuff going on, right? And
100%.
and I've learned, and I started learning to deal with it. I'm like, okay, I gotta add something else to it. I gotta do something else. And I tell people this every live. I say, bro, when I my first couple years around October to December, my business was slowing down to close to nothing. I do sales just to keep clients. I was doing all this, but this is the beauty of entrepreneurship. When 2023 rolled around, I said, okay, during this slow time, I'm going to learn something new. That's how I picked up the software. That's how I learned taxes. I said, because when it gets slow in these 3 months, I'm going to utilize these 3 months, October, November, December. I'm going to utilize them. And I said, well, coming into January, I can make up some of the money with taxes. Right.
Hmm.
So that's what entrepreneurship is, right? You look, you learn, you go through something, and you say, okay, I'm gonna figure this out. I am not
Hmm.
gonna take a L every year for 3 months.
100%.
Period.
And growth, growth.
Mhm,
Like one thing with entrepreneurship that a lot of people don't get, the growth, you're going to grow. If you work hard at it, you're going to grow.
mhm.
But are you going to grow with the business? That's the biggest thing. Like your business can grow, but if you're doing the same business practices that you did 2 to 3 years ago when your business did not grow, I mean, when your business was on the come up, you're kind of working backwards in a sense because the business is going to continue to grow and evolve, but you got these same practices. You got to evolve and change with it. It's got to be fluid. You know what I'm saying? Like
Most definitely.
honestly, no year should be the same in entrepreneurship. And
Yeah,
no year you should go backwards. You're going to have slow
most
periods. You're
definitely.
going to have slow times, like you said, peaks, valleys, major mountains, major mountains. But you can overcome it. You can grow from it. And you got to have the thick skin to be able to go through those valleys where you're not doing as much. Like you said, when you're slowed down, you evolved and did something different. You learned a new trade. You learned a new skill that you can put into your business.
Most
When
definitely.
I'm not stagnant on cheesecakes. Of course, I make fire cheesecakes,
Yeah.
but I'm growing into. I just started making cookies roughly about like a year ago, and I can't keep those at the business that I work.
Yeah.
Like production has ramped up a lot for me, where there are people in business that come to me and be like, "Hey, I'm doing this event. I want you to do the desserts for the event." Okay, I'm thinking one, two. No, I want you to do 10 to 15. Whoa, that's something that okay, I got you, no problem. But then that means my production got to ramp up, and I got to get my mindset ready for it because okay, if I commit to you and tell you I could do 10, you ain't gonna want to hear the day of the event. Oh well, this happened over the whole time, or my car broke down. No, you gonna wonder where's my 10 cheesecakes. I done already, you know what I'm saying? Put this in for you. It was ahead of time. What's good?
That's it. That's all. And people get mad at clients and customers who want what they paid for. People, stop it. If somebody is paying you for a product or service, they have a right to want what you promised them. What's
100.
going on is a bunch of over promising and under delivering. If you are dealing with a client and you are dealing with a customer, whatever, you have to manage expectations off the rip. If you overselling and man, I can do this, man, I get you 10 cheesecakes in 5 minutes. And they looking like, hey, look, man, it's been 5 minutes. You want some garbage. Now you over there mad. Man, you gotta be crazy, man. You think this good cheesecake gonna be done in 5 minutes? Listen, that's what you promised me. That's
100%.
what you
And
promised
but that's it. It came out of your mouth. You know what I'm saying? If I promise, which I don't know who in a right mind would do this, but if I could promise you 10 cheesecakes in 5 minutes, I gotta produce that.
I
If
gotta
I
produce.
if you tell me, hey, cuz it's an event going on, or I tell you, hey, cuz it's an event going on. I need you to speak over here at this event. Can you make it? And you tell me,
Mhm.
yeah. I mean, other than extenuating circumstances, I expect you to be a man of your word and be there. And a
Listen.
lot of people, like you said, over promising and under delivering. If you promise a person 10 cheesecakes, don't bring them 8.
Hmm.
No, no, no. If you promise to speak at an event for 15 minutes, don't cut it short at 10. Like, that makes no sense. I wouldn't want to book nobody either if I knew that, okay, I'm booking you for 15, but you going to only do 10. What? So I'm basically that's a dummy wasting their money. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
And then I'm getting up there and I'm the 10 minutes probably trash. It ain't even like you went up there for the 10 minutes and killed it. Like you went up there for the 10 minutes and trash. And then you gonna leave expecting your money.
100% refund, please refund.
So I'm telling people like, listen, y'all, the standards in entrepreneurship, like people are expecting us to lower our standards and spend the same money. Even in some of the posts on social media, right? I see posts talking about y'all don't ask Gucci and Prada for discounts or this and that. And I'm not a big like fashion dude. I'm not really into that. Like me personally, I could wear G&T shirts every day. My dude hit me up yesterday, like, bro, I got suits in my closet if I need to wear one, but I'm literally not jumping at the opportunity to put on a suit. Like, I will throw on a casual shirt, a tie, whatever. But I'm telling my guy that, listen, bro, no matter how you dress it up, be bullshit is bullshit. I was gonna try to not bullshit is bullshit. You can dress it up in whatever you want to dress it up in. And I'm telling you, people are not asking for a discount from Prada and Gucci and all of them people because they understand the value. So when somebody is coming to you and always asking you for a discount, they do not respect your value. They don't understand your value. They do not realize why they're paying you. That's something that you have to work on,
Yeah,
right? That's
that's
something that you have to work on. When you threw out a price tag for your cheesecakes, a person that say, dang, man, can I just get it for, they're not understanding your value. You should go to Myers and just go buy you a bullshit cheesecake, and that's fine. If you want to go spend $10 on a patty pie, that's your business, bro. Disgusting. Patty pie is disgusting. If you want to go spend $10 on a patty pie, do that. But don't come to me and expect me to give you a $10 pie. You know what I'm saying? And I make
mhm.
40, $50 pies. Come get your $50 pie or go to Myers and go get you a patty.
Nigga, go get you a patty cake. Like actually, I want to piggyback off that, because early in my entrepreneurial journey, I want to say the first year and a half or so, I was making what I call cheesecake cups, which I make them. You know what I'm saying? Every once in a while now, but I made cheesecake cups and I put posts on Facebook. Come get your cheesecake cup, 3 for whatever the case may be, whatever the price was. And homeboy of mine, he hit me up. He was like, "Yeah, I want 2 of them things." You know what I'm saying? I think he got a Snickers, whatever the case may be. I'm like, "I bet." Pull up to the crib. I'm gonna drop it for you. You know what I'm saying? He brought a friend with him, and the friend, he seen me bring out the 2. He like, "Oh snap! Let me get one of them mugs too." But I don't want to pay that price that he paying.
Mm,
Wait a minute. This man paying me full price. The price that I asked for, he is paying that.
mm.
You don't want to pay full price. Well, I'll promote your business and woo woo woo. Well, you should, and this is you should want to do that already from one person to another. And from me knowing you, you should want to do that genuinely. But you want a discount for promotion?
And who are you? You Kim Kardashian or something?
Thank you. Like, is your and that's exactly the question I hit him with. I was like, is your promotion going to garner me more sales? Is it going to put me over the top? Is it going to put me at a different level? And then plus you doing this in front of your mans who's paying me full price. How would I look as a business person giving you a discount, but he
Mhm.
paying full price?
And from your definition and explanation, I really don't know you that well. The man that called me is paying full price. Even for you to do that, it shows some type of character, right?
Oh
Because
yeah.
for you to think that you're gonna step over the person that called me to come get this, who's paying full price willingly, right? And you're gonna ask me for a discount and tell me is you crazy? I'm gonna give you a shout out. Like what?
Like you should want to get like, and that's my thing. Like I I want to ask this question genuinely to people. Can you like go into Pizza Hut and say, well, if I share your stuff on Facebook, can I get a discount off my pizza?
Not at all, and they gonna share it willingly. They
Exactly. So
people share some of the weirdest stuff. I'm like, dude, every time you eat, we don't need to see a picture of your paper plate. Like, it's like, dude, like everything you do, you want to share. Look at this water in my cup. Okay, you got ice in your water. Like, bro, like it's to the point where it's like, come on, y'all. Like, I'm barely on there. I try to get on there and be I try to interact because I know how the algorithms work. So I say happy birthday to people and I give like positive words of encouragement and stories and stuff. But I try to stay on. It's so much garbage on there. Like I seen people talking about the city girl and the other girl like beefing. And I'm like, y'all got all this time and we almost like I'm almost 40. I don't care what these 23-year-olds doing. Like, y'all got too much time on y'all hands, right? I'm
100%.
just
And I'm like, bruh, if you okay, understandable. If you are like just like me and you are, you dang near 40, I'm dang near 40.
Mhm.
If you ain't got business for yourself, what is you doing on social media anyway?
Come
Like
on now. Come on now.
literally, like it's cool to be on social media, but they people base their lives off of everything that goes on them Twitter threads or X, whatever they call it now, or Facebook or everything like that. People literally base their lives off of what go on there. Oh, let me post this fly outfit on Facebook. Let me do this on Facebook. Let me share this. I use Facebook for business for the most part.
That's
That's
it.
really it,
That's
or
it.
social media in general. I use for business for the most part.
Yeah.
After that, what else do I need it for?
Yeah, but that take a different concept. So what happens is they call it the death scroll, right? So what the with the death scroll and the death scroll is basically you just sit on your phone and it's just a high. It's like a dopamine high. It's like a shot. You're just
Hmm.
consistently scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. And you look up and it's 2 hours and 3 hours. And I had when I first came home, I caught myself doing it. Right? I had to catch
Hmm.
myself because I would have homework to do, different stuff, and maybe somebody would send me a DM or something. And I'm scared to miss stuff. So bam, I'll keep jumping on here. And I a few months ago, I just turned all of my notifications off. All my notifications off of Facebook, Instagram, X, whatever, TikTok, and they keep asking me, "You sure you don't want to know?" I don't want any notifications from y'all because while I'm taking care of my business, whatever my business is, I don't need y'all to keep because I got this damn Apple Watch on and it's going off and this going on. I do not need y'all to consistently send me messages about somebody in my inbox, and then they got these spam bots that's in the inbox now on your business page. Like
Hmm.
it's too much going on. And that's a big part of being an entrepreneur too, is trying to stay focused. You have to stay focused,
Hmm. And
right?
with everything that they bring to the table on social media, it makes it almost impossible to stay focused if social media is what you're focused on. Like I understand if you are a social media person, like if your business is social media, 100% do your thing.
Mhm.
But if there's no business for me on social media,
We got a little pause, y'all.
that's
Oh, there you
oh
go.
hold up, did it break off?
Yeah, you good now. It like broke off a little bit.
Okay. But
Yeah.
with being a chef, I can't be worried about what's going on Facebook while I'm trying to cook this bacon for this dish or I'm trying to create this sandwich. I can't worry about that. Like I got to be focused on the task at hand because 9 times out of 10 when I'm in the kitchen, I'm doing at least 3 to 4 different tasks at the same time. I'm cutting this while this is cooking, while I'm thinking about putting together this, while this is on the stove getting a boil. Like that's a chef mindset. That's why I went into what I did entrepreneurial wise because I'm like, if I can multitask in the kitchen, I know I can multitask with doing this while I'm got this cheesecake in the oven. I could be talking to this person about this, making some pecans for the cafe that I work at. Like so many different things. But if I'm distracted by sexy red being on Facebook or whatever the case may be, I'm never gonna get anything done. No
Yeah.
production.
And that's what a lot of people are doing, right? So I talk to entrepreneurs and they get to giving me these excuses. I tell them, I say, listen, y'all, I am in school full time. I have 4 children that I care for. I have so much going on. I get so much done. You are not getting things done because you are just scrolling and you are in everybody else's business and you are not logging off to get things done, right? And sometimes you may even have to take a social media break, like where you limit your social media intake, or you, if you, because when you got a business, like I can't fully be off of social media for a month because I want to do these probably 3 times a week, you know? But what I do during the day, that's why I say I turned every notification off. I have no notifications from any social media. I don't want to know that when I go on there, I am in full control. I literally go on there and I answer it from wherever it came from and I try to get off of there. If it's like if I get a happy birthday notification, I say happy birthday. If something like, pop up while I'm doing that, then I like it. I try to interact because I know how social media do. But if people around me, they'll see like, bro, I'm not a sit on here and just sit on here and scroll. Like, bro, it's too much life going on. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's too
Exactly.
much
And
life
like it,
going on.
like honestly, like I mean, even you know what I'm saying, sitting here right now, like I'm thinking, of course, I'm talking to you, but I'm thinking, okay, I gotta bake these cookies after I get off of here. You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta bake this cheesecake that I'm gonna put in the cafe. What cheesecake am I gonna do? Am I gonna do the stuffed sweet potato pie? Am I gonna do the butter pecan? Am I gonna do the
Yeah,
brownie caramel cheese? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like my mind is going off 45 different ways right now. I got an inbox that I gotta actually answer when I get off of here about peanut butter Oreo peanut butter cheesecake and a plain cheese. Like if you're an entrepreneur or you have business in general, this right here has about 50 different things ping ponging in it at the same time.
yeah. And we gotta maximize our time, right? So
Hmm.
I bought a really nice planner. Like I got like a crazy planner and a notebook and different stuff. And I challenged myself because I hadn't used a planner since like high school. And I was like, man, I'm gonna try to use this planner. And I bought it like a cheaper planner last year. But this year I bought like a decent, like a nice planner. Like this, like a decent little planner.
That
And
looks good.
no, this dope, right? And this
Hmm.
dope. And I bought like a even nicer notebook. Like I got a really nice notebook too. So
Hmm.
I got like a really nice notebook. I got this same notebook that I'm using. I just bought 2 of them, but this like a really nice notebook. Like
And it's hardcover, so it's
it's
like it's
hardcover.
sturdy. You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
can keep it. I can keep it. So this not a notebook that I do things like for school in. You know what I'm saying? This a notebook where I literally like write about like life stuff, right? I write
Hmm.
about life stuff and stuff that's kind of a little more permanent than what I'm doing in school. Like some of the accounting stuff, I don't care. But I'm just showing y'all that right for reference. Just in writing stuff down and that keep me off my phone.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
100%.
And it keep you off your phone. You have to put the phone down. The phone has so much in it, right? You see these kids, they everything they do, they in their phone. And the adults are the same way. When we sit down to eat dinner, we're sitting down and eating dinner. We don't even talk to each other. They just scrolling. I tell my kids, don't bring your phone to the dinner table.
I
I tell
wish
them,
I could
don't
tell
bring
my
your
daughter
phone.
that.
No, don't bring your phone because it's you on your phone all day. I'm doing schoolwork and different things all day. When I sit down at the table with my kids, I don't need you in your phone. And then you got to think, I got 4 kids lined up around the table. All 4 of y'all on the phone is loud. They arguing. You know what I'm saying? Just
Hmm.
turn the phones off. Don't bring a phone to the table. What's happening is these phones are literally taking over our life, and they are letting them. But you still need things to be organized. Like even today, I realized that even though that's why I bring the planner up. Even though I have a physical planner that I'm writing in, and I've been doing better at doing that because I freestyle a lot. And I'm like, nah,
Hmm.
let me write this shit down so I can keep up with it. So I've been doing better at that. I still realize that sometimes I make plans and I'm not my planner is not out with me when I'm out and about. So
Mhm.
today I bought like a digital planner on my phone. And I'm like, dang, I'm right back to the phone. Like, right,
You need it for something else.
I need it for something else. But I'm like, okay, I can still write in the digital planner. And when I get home, I can always write in the physical one and vice versa. I just knew that um I'm not carrying around that big ass planner. Right. And I'm like, I got this
100%.
phone. And literally today, I'm like, they gotta have planners on here. So I looked up the app and I found one that was like, you just buy a one-time purchase. I hate subscriptions too. If I'm on a subscription, I have to be on a subscription. Right.
Mhm.
So, but like seriously, y'all, like it's a concentrated effort that you have to get your time back, right? You have to get your time back. And that includes getting off of social media. That includes not, you can enjoy yourself. And, I try to catch me like one movie a week, or I try to give myself a wind down and
Mhm.
or a game or something. I try to give myself some of that because I'm literally on 10 all day. And I wake up so early, I'm literally going all day. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
do give yourself time to enjoy life, even if you're an entrepreneur, but do not get caught up in the death scroll. Do not get caught up in phone calls that turn into a bunch of gossip or a full waste of time. You feel what I'm
Yes.
saying? Cause like
Text, all that.
texting all day, you have to be conscious of your time as an entrepreneur. And what I thank God for me going to school these 3 years because it gave me a sense of clarity about everything because I was able to say, nah, bro, I got schoolwork. I don't need to go to every party or everything. I was a person that wanted to do that all the time. Like, nah, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? I'm out. I'm gonna get fresh. Whatever the event. Like, it's been times where I've literally went to 3 events in the night because I didn't want to miss out on something. I'm just saying, I go to one. Look, man, such and such having a party over here, so I'm gonna come. I'm going to one party at 9, leaving there about 10:30, going to another one, and leaving there about 12:30. You know what I'm saying? Going into the last one, and I was doing it like, dang, I don't want to miss out. But now I'm so selective about every conversation. I'm so
Mhm.
selective about every text. I'm so selective about every event because I understand how important my time is as far as being productive. And
100%.
as a if people are not in that, even bro, we had some family drama about 2 months ago, right?
Mm.
It was a little
Mhm.
family drama. It was
Mm.
some little family drama, right? And I ain't gonna
Mhm.
go into no detail because Tony gonna get on my ass. I get on here and go into detail.
You
You
know
know,
AT for the good.
yeah, yeah,
She
yeah,
paying
yeah, yeah.
attention, my nigga.
Yeah. Auntie gonna get on my ass. But literally, I didn't even realize it was drama for like a day or two. And I'm in the group. I'm like, dang, I was so busy that when I finally realized, I'm like, dang, I had to go back. I swear I had to go back in the text messages. Like,
Mhm.
damn, this one left. You know what I'm saying?
I remember. I remember because
Seriously. No, but seriously, I didn't have a clue. Then by the time I texted, it was like, okay, everybody was calmed down. I'm like, dang. Because I literally seen it on my watch and was like, okay. Went on, did something. By the time I got, I'm like, dang, man, this went left. This went crazy. The little
and it
cousins
went
group.
all the way left too.
Hey,
But
the
at the
cousins group
same
went
time,
all the
like
way.
we were both big. We were both like, and I was the same way. I mean, I think I said it later on that night. But
Yeah,
when your focus is over to the far left, you
yeah,
don't kind of see what's going on over here. You know what I'm saying? You might see it out your peripheral real quick and be like,
exactly.
oh, okay, whatever. I come back to that. You know what I'm saying? I scroll back to that with this, but I got this on my plate. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely,
I got
definitely.
this bag on my plate. You know what I'm saying? I
Man,
got to get to that. Okay, I got that. Now let me come back to this.
most definitely, y'all. And that's just crazy that people don't understand that. Like you, bro, I don't want to hear about anything other than something motivating, something inspirational, something and that life is, you hear bad news, bro. I talked to one of my actually I got a couple homies, they both passed. They passed they OD about a month or so ago. And
Yeah,
they
my
sister, I end
condolences.
up yeah, bro, I end up kicking it with their sister yesterday. And I was telling her the same thing, like, man, life's so crazy. And I was like, the one of the brothers had reached out to me a couple months ago, and I basically spent them. Like, you know what I'm saying? He like, bro, we gotta catch up. We gotta, whoop, whoop. And he like, I ain't seen you since you been home, man. You been, man, I know you going to school, but you gotta come home, man. We gotta. I was like, bro, I'm just not doing what y'all doing. Like, I'm not partying like y'all partying now. I'm not doing a lot of that stuff. And I wish I would have seen him, but because the way that things ended up, but
Mhm.
and my brother was sick about it. Like these are guys that we grew up with. So my brother was sick about it, but I'm like, bro, I'm not doing what everybody doing no more. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? Cause like
Yeah,
wh-
and it's oh, go ahead. Sorry, coach.
no, 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 no. Go ahead. I want to hear your
No, the even like when you start to evolve and change your mindset, it is so hard to break yourself from a regular routine or wanting to
Mhm,
go back to the old ways of how you used to do things. That
mhm,
is probably one of the most difficult things to do because internally you want to go do them things. You want to have fun, sit down with your peoples, you know what I'm saying, bullshit,
mhm,
whatever the case may be, but once the evolving mindset comes, you realize I want to do that, but my need for my entrepreneurship overcomes the want to party or the want to hang out or the want to catch up.
mhm.
I catch up with you when I get to the top. When I get up there, then we can catch
Y-
up, chop it up, you know what I'm
Listen,
saying, whatever the case may be.
no, what's crazy is I might not want to talk to you then. So I watched, it's a guy named Alex Hermosi, right? And I watched him for about 15 minutes, maybe. And he had mentioned it before, but he expanded on his attitude about friends, right? Cuz, and I'm gonna
Hmm.
drop some real shit on you, right?
Okay.
So what he said was at every level that he reached, this man is probably worth close to 1 billion, if somewhere near it. You know what I'm saying? And he
Hmm.
not he not somebody that was born into money like that. You know what I mean? It's a guy that bumped his head and he doing a lot of stuff. You done seen him. He like muscle shirt and he always had a different colors pop up on the thing. So
Yeah.
but anyway, he one of the top marketers in the world. And he
Hmm.
said, man, at every level, I found new friends. Listen, at every level, he said, because my old friends they couldn't talk about what I wanted to talk about. They couldn't walk through certain doors with me that I wanted to walk through. They couldn't
Hmm.
like we have that bad. That's the thing with us. We value the craziest shit, right? So we value keeping it real. You got Drake talking about uh my day ones and whatever. Like, you know what I mean? You got, we value that keeping it real with my homies and all of that, right? But sometimes your homies don't they not gonna get right. Sometimes your homies can't go, right? Even in
Exactly.
doing business, right? If you were to hire, one of our cousins to do something and they can't do it right, then you got to go find somebody that can do it right, or you holding yourself back. So a
Exactly.
lot of times we are holding ourselves back as entrepreneurs because we trying to keep it too real. I had to understand that, right? And that's
Hmm.
why I made the post talking about this graduation for my family. Cause the last graduation I was up there throwing pitchforks up. And I ain't got nothing to go on, ain't nothing wrong with pitchforks. I'm just saying at this point, my conversations need to change. At this point, my surroundings need to change. I did not get all of this education to have the same conversations with the same people. I'm not dogging my
100%.
homies, but either you're gonna aspire to my level or you got to deal with the people on your level that don't want to do anything else but be on your level. If you wake up every morning, you go get a fifth of henny and you drink your day. What the fuck am I gonna do hanging with you?
100%. I'm not gonna be productive at all hanging with you, and you want to just sit up pop bottles all day. That's you what you want to do. I'm not on that type of stuff. Like if you said something deep right there. Every level you find new friends, but at the same time, unless your friends are evolving with you,
Yeah, but for the
you
most
can't take
part,
them up to that next level.
yeah, for the most part, they're not gonna do that though, right?
No,
For the most
because
part, they're
everybody
not
wants
gonna
to
do
do what
that.
they want to do.
That's it. And what they're going to do is they're going to watch you evolve, watch you evolve, watch you evolve. And they're going to watch you bump your head, try different things. They're going to sit there and watch you do all of that. And as fast as it works out for you, they're going to have expectations. So now you got this person around you that's done nothing to help you get to where you are, but they have these unrealistic expectations and some type of sense of entitlement. So now that turns into greed. hatred, envy, all of that stuff because they feel like you're not giving them something that they haven't earned, right? So
Mhm.
when you get away from people like that and you get into people that's aspiring to do what you're doing, people that have their own, people that's trying to get to the next level. It's just like they say, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. If you're the richest person in the room, you're in the wrong room because
Mhm.
you cannot get to the next level if you're surrounded by people that has no interest in getting to the next level. So you have to leave friends, family members, all of that. It don't mean you have to be an asshole, right?
Yeah.
He had an example in what I watched, and he said he had a gym teacher that used to work out with him when he was in high school, because that's where he
Mhm.
started from. He owned gyms. He a big cut up dude, and he like, I had a gym teacher that used to work out with me, and he mentioned the teacher or whatever, and somebody ended up like getting him in touch with the teacher or whatever, and the teacher was like, "Look, I don't want no money from you. I just want 2 hours of your time every week." What are you talking about? I'm worth 100 million, 200 million, $300 million. He's probably charging $50,000 an hour. What makes you think I'm gonna give you $100,000 every week? I'm just saying, what that's
Facts.
how we have to view time. So if I'm wasting time with someone and they're not giving me any type of value and I'm just
Mhm.
pouring into them, you look up and you just spent 2 hours talking to somebody that everything went in one ear and out the other ear. I'm not at
Mhm.
50,000, but I'm charging 250 an hour right now. So if I
Mhm.
talk to somebody for 2 hours, it go in one ear and out the other ear. I just basically threw $500 out the window.
Mhm. You might as well just went to the club and just threw that up in the air for people to catch.
No, no,
And
I wouldn't even say that because Cinnamon might pick that up and she has some value to that 500. I might as well burn it. It's literally you can't get the time back, basically, right?
yeah.
So I've learned to look at things like that. Like, okay, I'm charging X amount of dollars an hour. Is this worth that to me? This conversation worth that to me? You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? And most of the
100%.
time it's not. Most of the time it's not.
Most of
It's
the
just not.
time, nobody is and what I found out, the people that are willing to pay you for your time value that
Yeah.
because they're coming out of their pocket to give you money, currency, or value in some type of way. And they're expecting that same value to come back in the form of words, advice, whatever the case may be. So if somebody's willing to pay you for your, like somebody willing to pay me $7,500 for a cheesecake, this cheesecake gonna be $7,500, actually probably $150 in value that I'm gonna
Mhm.
be giving to you because you trust me with something, you know what I'm saying, that fragile as your time. I'm not finna waste it. And a lot of entrepreneurs or people in general don't understand you can't get that time back. If I take out 2, 3 hours to bake a cheesecake and it burns, I can't go
Yeah,
back 2, 3 more hours and be like,
that's
oh
it.
well, I just, you know what I'm saying? No, I lost that 2, 3 hours, you know?
And the value, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because value, when you're expressing yourself in value, right? That's even more important than time. So when
Mm-hmm.
people are talking about, my friend, like what value do your friend offer you, right? Like not even in monetary terms or in some type of, you know, some type of physical thing. Like
Mm-hmm.
what actual value do your friend offer you? A lot of us are holding on to friendships just because.
Oh
Man, I known
yeah.
him since the 3rd grade. Like y'all don't even talk about the same stuff no more. Like you may, and it's some people that they friends are on the same thing, but you can't be on that. Your homegirl can't call you to go out every night and then you act like you better than her.
Oh yeah.
If she's
Why
calling you
would
to
you
go out,
though? Like,
I'm saying if she's calling you to go out every night and y'all going out, you can't be like, girl, because I'm on another level. No, you're not. You're on the same level. Maybe you talk better. Maybe yeah, girl, because I can do this and I can do that. Like, that's cool. But if you are going out every night with that person, y'all on the same level. So I'm not telling people to lose their friends. I'm saying if you truly want to get to the next level, you are going to leave probably 98% of the people that you deal with alone.
100%. And people that you might have like spent a year being hardcore friends or something like that, if they ain't on the same thing that you on, then they got to kind of do their own thing and you got to do yours, because at the end of the day, you control everything that goes on in your life. You control everything.
That's it.
One thing I always will say, in life, you have a choice. You have 100% of a choice. Are you
Mm.
going to make the choice that's the best for you? Or are you going to make the choice that's going to hinder you?
People are scared to make the choice. What they don't realize, right, cuz, is you don't have to make the choice. So it was somebody that was like, they told somebody else that they didn't want to, like, they didn't hang with me or something. And they was like, yeah, man, because he don't smoke, he don't drink, he don't play video games. And I was like, okay. He know I ain't on what he on. You know what I'm saying? Like
Exactly.
it was like nothing I had to explain. So he didn't have to, like, he wasn't like overly trying to be my friend because he said, yeah, he don't smoke, he don't drink, he don't play video games. I said, oh, he understand we doing some different shit. That's my
Exactly.
point. If people are treating you like you're the same and y'all do the same shit, you have not differentiated yourself enough from them. They feel like y'all on the same level. If they call
Hmm.
you a gossip, it's because they think y'all on the same level, and you can stop that shit. Don't call me with no type of nothing, because I'm not gonna be rude. I'm gonna say, oh man, dang, that's crazy. All right, bro, I'm gonna get with you tomorrow. That's it.
And that's done. But
End of
see,
that
you made the
conversation.
choice to listen. Okay, cool. All right, I got to get back on my journey.
That's it.
Cool.
And what happens is they not calling me next week talking about, guess what Kiki did? Because they don't be like, oh dang, that's crazy. All right, man, I'm gonna get with you tomorrow. Like, they want somebody don't be like, what she did? Like me, I'm be like, oh, okay, yeah, that's cool. Now, if you a friend and you have a genuine problem, I listen to that. I'm not crazy. But I'm just saying, I don't want to hear about Kiki and whatever Kiki doing. That ain't my business. I don't know who Kiki is. Just what I call my, like, hood rats. Anybody, that's my thing, Kiki.
Hmm.
But us as people, we have to realize that our time is valuable, and if we're not using it right, that's the main resource that we have. That's the most fleeting resource that we have on this earth is time,
Hmm.
right?
And if you
Time
don't
is
use it right,
that's
it's gonna bite you every single time. Like, you could be comfortable, like, even okay, genuinely with my business. I've been doing this for 4 years, but even though I've been doing this for 4 years, I still get comfortable with, you know what I'm saying, my time in a sense. I know I could probably pull 3, 4 cheesecakes out of my ass in about like 2, 3 hours. So I'm gonna go over here and do this. That's the general use to be man. I'm gonna go over here and do this, and then I'm gonna put myself on a window. Okay, I only got
Mhm,
4 hours or so to do this. So I'm giving myself one chance, one shot to be perfect at this 4 hour time period.
mhm.
That makes no, now that I think about it, that makes no logical sense for real. Because why wouldn't I give myself time for whatever the case is to happen? Because life can happen to you at any given point. You
Most
could
definitely.
think, okay, I got this time, this time, this time. Well, what if, okay, as soon as you start to make it, like, you chop your finger off? Done.
Yeah, done. Why I had to be that drastic?
I had to think about,
I'll
like,
take the
okay,
crust.
what's
I'll
gonna stop
take
me
the
from making
crust
the
burning
cheese?
the pieces to chop my finger off. This is the end of it. Ain't no more cheesecake
Well, I say
tomorrow.
this. Look, I'll say this because if you chop a finger off, like a whole finger, I know accidents can happen. But if you chop a whole finger
Well,
off in the middle of cooking, I don't think you need to be cooking too much.
how you get to chopping a finger off though? He just went crazy. If
I'm
anything can
trying to
happen,
think of what would possibly stop me. You know what
hey,
I'm saying?
that's
Like,
crazy. You might well, I was just making a cheesecake and I slipped my wrist. Like, what are you talking about? It got so dramatic. Like, I just chopped my finger off. Not I
look, I
burnt
know
the
the worst
crust.
case scenario.
Listen, bro, not I burnt the crust, nothing. I ran out of fruit. He said I
No,
chopped my
because
finger.
to be honest, I will actually piggyback off that. The funny part is, if I burn a crust, I can make another one. If I
That's cool,
drop the
bro. We
fruit,
gonna we
I
gonna
can do
go with
that.
dropping the fruit. We gonna go with dropping the fruit, burn the crust. It's still an
See, like,
inconvenience. See, we just cut my finger off. Dog.
Be out here nubby. Call me
Man,
Nubs.
bro, like ain't no getting that back. It's just like, hey, cuz
Unless you
I ain't
do it
gonna say,
quick.
listen, bro, now it's through.
Yeah, I'm done. I can't. It's no more. No
Hey,
more Chef Life
look,
creations if I cut a finger off. God,
man,
that,
man, man, that's funny. Oh no, listen, bro, you gonna be
Mhm.
able to cook. I'm just saying that night is over. You gotta
Yeah,
go
it's a
get
wrap.
you,
It's a
you
wrap.
gotta go get some
But
help.
I could have did that. Like I could have gave myself more time.
Definitely.
That's ultimately the thing that it
So
boils down to.
so basically what you're saying is if you would have did it the day before, you could have cut your finger off and got it sewed back on and finished making your cheesecake.
Thank you. Like life is okay, here's a good point with the entrepreneurship in general. Life is gonna happen, bro.
Definitely.
Life is going to happen to you.
Definitely.
Things are going to be around the corner that you don't expect, that you can't predict, that's going to stop you, that's going to hinder you,
Yeah.
that's going to slow you down. But the thing that you have in control is your time management. Give yourself enough time, take the
Mhm.
time out to do it, and you'll have excellent execution. If you do last minute, if you do whatever the case may be, you won't have that time to correct whatever mistake that you go that's going to happen possibly. Because the one time that it happens perfect, you're gonna get comfortable with that one time and you're gonna continue to do it and you're gonna continue to do it. And it's gonna bounce you back and it's gonna bounce you back
Mhm.
and you're gonna get more comfortable. And it's gonna come to a time where it's a big project and something happens that you done got comfortable with, and then
Mhm.
some catastrophic happens, and then there go your big shot. Because you didn't prepare for it 3 years beforehand with the amount of opportunities that you got.
Most definitely. Most definitely. I ain't even gonna go. We gonna leave it at that, right? So let's talk about the future of Chef Life Creations. What's going on?
Future of Chef Life Creations is looking bright. I'm gonna say that much because I see the future for Chef Life Creations and I see it going in a few different directions. Of course, I want to continue with the baking and everything that I'm doing, but I want Chef Life, not even the creations part. I want Chef Life to be more so of a brand umbrella that has different things underneath it. So, the baking is pretty much almost starting to take care of itself. So, of course, there's a brick and mortar coming there,
Mm,
storefront coming at some point in the future. But
yeah.
also, I would like to branch Chef Life off into different areas. Like, I wanted to do something with it with mental health. I'm not exactly sure what that is, but I feel like as just black men in general, mental health is one of the things that we really don't talk about as much and is shunned a lot. And I want to shine a light a little bit more on that. But ultimately, Chef Life is going to become a spider, what I would like to say. And I want to have my legs, I guess, or tentacles, whatever the case, in different avenues of business and different avenues that I personally enjoy, something that I can put my fingers into and grow. So the future of Chef Life Creations looks more so like just the future of Chef Life and growing that brand as much as I possibly can.
I love
Because
it,
it's
man.
only so long I can make so many creative cheesecakes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, bro. No, you can keep making cheesecakes, motherfucker. You get me?
I was gonna say, have you had? Hold on, let me bounce this back real quick. Have you ever had one, cuz?
Yeah, I had a cheesecake. Well, I haven't had a whole I can't eat a whole cheesecake, but I've had different slices of cheesecake.
No, I'm talking about mine. Have you ever had mine?
Yeah, yeah, I've been down
When?
there. Man, I've been to family events and always see you don't always come to the events. What you do is you give it to your mama and she bring all of us cheesecakes.
That's facts. That is a fact.
So you
100%.
know, and then I bump into you after the event. You like, what's up, cuz?
Hey, the funny part is we bump into each other after the event, and we'll at least, if it's 15 minutes to an hour, we will have some type of productive conversation
Yeah.
at that time period.
Yeah, yeah. I see. I had cheesecake, a bunch of them, but I'm about to come down there. They gonna do something for my mama, but I'm about to come down there before that. I'm coming to Grand Rat. I'm coming to Kalamazoo. I'm going to Kalamazoo. One of our other cousins, one of Aunt Betty, granddaughters. Um, she invited me out there to come speak to some kids. So I'm going out there like next month or later this month, maybe next month, sometime next month. I got the dates and everything. But so I'm going out there, I'm going to Kalamazoo next month. And so I might go to Ben Harbor if it's the weekend. I might just go to Ben Harbor after I do after I speak to the kids. So
Well,
I'll
if
be
you
there.
even if you don't come this way, because if you ain't Kalamazoo, that's half hour away from me. I will come to you, and not even
Yeah,
for
but
no
I
cheesecake.
gotta
I'm just saying this,
yeah,
just see
yeah.
you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I gotta come to Ben Harbor anyway. They the vineyard homies, they acting crazy. I ain't seen in a minute, so I gotta get out there. They be texting me, man, fuck you. I be like, dog, bro, I'm busy. Look, they
But
be tripping.
why?
Everything personal. I be like, bro, I'm busy. Dead
I
serious.
promise.
Dead serious. Did you know my Corey came home? Like I gotta make it out there anyway. I've been busy. I've been legitimately busy, but I finish in 3 weeks. So when I make that trip, I want to make that trip. So I'm gonna definitely see you next month for sure. I'll be down there next month for sure.
Guarantee you. Hey,
Guaranteed
come to
that.
Dad's farm. Hold on. Wait, there you go. Come to
There
Dad's
we go.
farm, get a sandwich, cuz. I
Yeah, yeah.
promise you.
I can't.
I
They gotta
promise you.
have veggie sandwiches. I ain't ate meat in like 2.5 years.
Oh, we do. Oh, we
Yeah.
do. We
Okay. Yeah.
got
Yeah. Yeah.
well, we got a Michigan margarita sandwich that's dope. But we actually got like vegan meat.
Oh, that's
We
what's
have
up.
a vegan aiolis, like different things like that.
Oh.
We have something for kind of a little bit for everybody. You know what
Oh
I'm saying?
yeah.
Like the
Yeah. I
salads, the
definitely.
vegan meat, all that.
Oh yeah, I definitely got to get in there. They got vegan meat. That's what's up. I mean, I eat like some of the different stuff. I got I done found a cold chicken, fake chicken, like plant-based chicken. I love it.
Mm,
I eat it every other day. So it's just all about finding what you like, and you know what I'm saying. So I'm gonna definitely come through there too. You know what I'm saying. So
please do.
eh,
I'd love
yes,
to make you a sandwich too.
yes, it's all to the good. So we gonna get off of this thing, and I'm gonna come down there and get my sandwich next month. Y'all got me messed up. So uh, tell everybody your social media before we get off of here, cause
You can follow me. Well, you can find me. I'll say that on Facebook at Chef Life Creations. It has different pictures of different cheesecakes that I've done. You can also find me on Instagram at Chef Life Creations as well. Those are my two main major social medias. You can hit me up on there. It has all of my info. It has all of my information. Hit me up in the inbox. And I like my tagline. I'm gonna leave it with this: no debate. Let's create.
oh, I love it. Okay then. And we gonna get up out of here, y'all. Y'all know where I'm at Chosen One Jackpot on everything, y'all. We still winning, and that's real life.
Much love.
Much love. Something.